Okay, we got everything situated here. This is the Doghouse. You're with Baddog, and we are online with Nowlives, AfroJoe. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How you doing in the morning?
Oh, I'm having technical difficulty like crazy.
I'm understanding. Tech is such an issue. Tech is such an issue. It grows every day, but it still gives you issues.
Okay, so now we're here with the Wookiee of Nowlives. Oh God, I haven't heard that forever.
and that's something else. And I'm gonna say this. I want to give you and Blue Kentucky Girl your flowers, man, 'cause y'all. I heard the interview and I felt the love from both of y'all, and I was like, the love I get, the love, and I give y'all props, and I gotta give Zenrose a prop because without her, I would never started my show with the name she gave me. And the banner, yeah, because I tell you this, she was the one that came up with the name Afro Joe Ladies Pet the Wookie, and Amanda was the one that made the banner.
Oh yes, I do
I
remember
was
her
like,
doing that now.
yeah, she did the banner. Zen Rose came up with the name for it, and I was like, I'm official. I'm a,
the
I'm doing it. For you.
Wookiees got the show ready.
I was happy for it. And I had my funs doing it, and I loved it, and it was fun doing it, and I loved going into everybody else's show because y'all was fun. Like especially yours, man. I was going in there to your show and chilling with you and Miro, C-Roll, Broken Post, Smoking Beaver, and just enjoying it. Even Jason Wild show or Miro, C-Roll doing the show, y'all was great. Y'all had great shows. I digged it. I felt home. I felt home. I mean, it was like shit. Then my show, it was number me and Bones. Oh man, that was fun. I had my
Oh, it
fun.
was. It was definitely
And,
funner than hell, man. We're just goofing off and just talking about whatever. It's like it was fun as hell. Speaking of
it
that,
was.
is how many shows did you actually go? Because I remember tons of them. You got Doc Ask Doctor Wookie.
Yeah, I did it. As Afro Joe Ladies Pet the Wookie, as Dr. Wookie, Fitting in Nash Vegas, and the little guru. I went through so many. I was like, I needed to stop until since me and Bones did this never came out. I never got a band to do it, but I did. Uh, since me and Bones was always doing a show together, I say no, I'm gonna change the name to Wookie at the Boneyard because his show was called At the Boneyard. Mine was Afro Joe the Wookie.
Yeah, the bone. Yeah,
I said I'm gonna call it
nice.
Wookie. Yeah, I said I'm gonna call it Wookie at the Boneyard, but never got a banner made. I should have got a banner made, but it was I did 4 shows and it was fun. And doing it with Bones and C was so much fun because I had fun. I always tell people I said y'all need to come on and check it out. Don't miss out. And every time you come, you miss out, especially on incidents. Like, I remember there was an incident where it was being called to see just put in the cams and 2 girls in the cams and they called in Bones said, hey, hang up on them. They hung up before I did and they was on cams joking and laughing and next thing you know is they went from laughing to like, okay, I'm in trouble and they called back in and we heard this guy in the background talking crazy to him. Bones hit me, hey, hang up on him. I hung up on him. The next thing you know is this guy calls in, hey, this is JoJo. And then, Bones just waved out. Dogs the hell out the dude. And PH Frank, God rest his soul, man. And Bones did his thing. I sit back. I'm out tonight. I'm laughing my ass off. I'm watching Bones do his work. Sid's doing his thing. I'm trying to catch my breath. After the smoke is gone, JoJo hangs up crying. And then the next night, I'm going to somebody's show. What happened? What happened? What happened in your show? What happened? It's like, what you mean what happened? What happened in your show? What happened in your show? I want to know what happened. And I had to explain to her. And it was funny. It was funny. Bones always make my shows fun. And I don't know what it is. Him being a smart ass, and then you got me with this voice. That's like, I can't go nowhere. Because everybody's crazy. It's not like this whatsoever. They hate us because they didn't want us to call in for nothing. Adrian's like, when Adrian saw us, they call in, and Jacob or Ralph was like, they really got to call in. I really don't want to answer the phone with these guys calling in. It's my show. Let them call in. I don't give a fuck about you. This is my shit. And we had the best fun just being who we were. And we had fun going to the y'all show, and everybody that we met, it was something else. And everybody we dealt with was something else.
Oh, it was crazy, man. It
And
was seriously.
it was, and I tell you this, I know now life is dead and gone, and I not every day I thought about. I wish I could go back in time and just enjoy that one more time,
Yes,
just
yes.
one more time.
I this honestly, this is why I've been bringing out everything back and getting updates with everybody because I want it. I want it back. Something close to it because I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see nothing that people are like talking with each other. It's just this person
Yeah.
yelling at this person, and you got to give me more likes and more things. And I'm going, no, that's not that ain't fun. And then of course, just like Now Lives killing is always showing a bunch of people with boobies and all that stuff. Like, oh come on, this is getting old.
It is because I remember back then when we was doing when we was on that live, we didn't do that. We didn't say, "Give me light." We
Yep.
just had fun with the people. We joked with the people. We had fun with the people.
Got you on here, right? Oh, it
Yeah,
switched. Okay, it is working. All right, good. All right. God, this technicality stuff is getting annoying. But you definitely
it
sound a lot
is.
better. You're not breaking up.
Thank you. Well, this microphone I got, I had to go pro. I had to give me a microphone that works, and it's like, all right, and it's a good mic. I like it. It helps me do my YouTube, and I'm surprised I'm still doing that. And I'll you know what? I'll tell you this: all the people I've met and all the things that happened on our life, we went through a lot, and we seen a lot. We went through a lot. We heard a lot. We went through a whole lot, and it's like I said. I wish people would got us got to see what we saw, and when we walked away from it, we walked away from a home. We walked away from a family.
Yes. Yes, it definitely was. It definitely was.
And we didn't like I wish we would have kept in touch with everybody. Like I still keep in touch with a lot of people. Like I still kept in touch with Bones, finding Nino, because I saw the interview y'all did and y'all was wondering if y'all anybody talks to Nino. I do. I still talk to him. And he's doing good, and I keep in touch with him, talk to him. And I like he was my inside man. He told me he was helping me out on Now Live, and I couldn't say nothing bad about that man because he helped me out a lot. And because I tell you this, before Now Live went down, I was talking to I was it was way back when Big Dog, and I hit up Big Dog. I said because it was the time where everybody was like when Esther had the girls from Rock of Love. And I told Big Dog, I said, "Hey man, why don't you go to VH1 and get a deal with them, get ads put on the site?" Uh, he said, "Let me see what I can do." A few days later go by, and he said, "No, they won't do it." I was like, "Why?" "Oh, Adrian's not big enough." I was like, "What the fuck you talking about Adrian for?" So I talked to Nino about it, and I said, "You know what else?" And told him what happened. He says, "Look, man, you ain't the only one." I said, "What you mean?" I said, "You ain't the only one." I say, "I'm missing something. Tell me, Nino." He's like, "Well." I told him, and Adrian told him. It's like, what? Y'all two told him go get ass. He said, yeah, and he never did. Like it was me, Nino, and Adrian told him go out and get ad revenue. Never did, and I was so hurt. I said, man, you passed up a good thing because if he would have, we would have been sitting here still doing our live today, today,
Well, yeah, I mean, they
and
went to the actual broadcasters. They wanted all of us to do it. I go, well, why don't you do it like everybody else? Do advertisements. Get it
yeah,
from advertisers. I mean, it don't have to be the biggest ones in the world. Just do that way.
yeah. See, if he would have did, like this is like before YouTube started doing it, and if he would have did it, now I would have been up. Now I would have been going. We would have been sitting there. We would have been kept going, and it was worth it. He would have. It would have been worth it, and I wish he did. I wish he
Well, I
did,
mean, if you
and
look at it, I mean, even Twitch does that all the time now. I mean, all of a
yeah,
sudden they'll just pop a bunch of commercials will pop up, and then they go back to the show.
yeah,
That I mean,
yeah,
you gotta get sponsors. Everybody else, if you need revenue, you gotta get it from sponsors. You can't expect the broadcaster to do it because they're not doing it because they're making money.
yeah. They're making money, like, and and I wish, like I said, I wish he would have did it. And what got it bad was is when they start doing the premieres to movie premieres. That's like that's not gonna bring you a lot because I think two movies that got premiered on that live was what the House Bunny and Nikki Cox, and that was it.
Yep, yep.
I was like, that was way back. That shows you my age right there and how long I've been doing it. And
I
it's
mean, it was
like
good they were doing it, but that wasn't going to give revenue. It was just going to give
it
you a
was.
little bit, maybe a little publicity, but that ain't going to get you the revenue you're looking for. It's going to be what costing you money, which they did.
Yeah, it's cost you more. And and I had like to be honest, I had ideas. That's like, man, if they would have, well, one thing is I told Nino that time I say I should have went to Kev Tom. He's like, but he's never in the office. And I said, man, if we would have went and talked to him, we probably would have got it. And it just that to see that site go down like it did, I wish it didn't. Like,
Yep,
man, like
yep,
fun.
yep. I hear you, man. So I'm trying to think back because it's like all of us were just getting on there together. When did you actually start doing broadcasting? Was it with Now Live or did you start somewhere else?
I started when Now Live. See, when
Now
I came
Live.
on, yeah, I came on the site of May 7 of '07. What got me on that site was a lady named Bobby Ballard.
Baby Black. Yo, oh
And
yeah, BB.
and I tell you this, some people didn't know this, but Bobby Ballard used to be a wrestler.
Yep. Oh,
And
I
I used
remember.
and she used to be on a wrestling show called Wow. It's before the fucking game Wow came out. Women of Wrestling, which is still on to this day. And she was a Baywatch babe, and I forgot she was a wrestler. And I added on MySpace, and she's like, "I'm going live." I said, "Going live where?" Went to the site. It was, back then it was called LA Now Live. I was like, "What is this site?" And I went on there. I said, "Man, I went on the site and I looked at it a little bit. I said, maybe I'll come back later and check it out." So May 7th, I went on, made an account, and I was sitting on the site and I was calling in, being silly. And 3 months later, I said, I'm going to do a show. And I did a show. I started my own show up, man. I went at it and I caught the bug and I couldn't stop, man. And that's when I kept doing it every night, every night. And my Mother Wookie, and she used to like, loved it. She loved it when I did it too, God rest her soul. And she had fun coming on there, and you heard it in the background, and it was worth it. It was fun. It was worth doing, and I had my fun and my joy and doing this and that. Even though I might not got a lot of people in it, it was worth doing it every night. It kept me going. and it led to something new. I went from I used to tell people, I said I did broadcasting for 4 years. I said, well, where? I said, this is before some iHeartRadio. This is for before some Spotify, or this before people even did podcasts on YouTube. People like us, like me and you, Bad Dog, we was people doing podcasts because you couldn't see us, but you heard us.
Yep,
If you
yep.
wanted to go, if you wanted to hear an episode that we did, you had to go to our profile, and it said podcast,
Yeah.
and it was every recording that we did on the date, and you can hear the day that you missed. And that was podcast back then. Now everybody's doing podcasts on YouTube. It's like, really? I say, you don't know what podcast is. Podcast is what we did.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. And it hurt so bad that I did not save any of them back then. I thought, okay, now I'll be around a while, so they can go on there and they can watch all this stuff, and then they got rid of it all. Oh my gosh, that hurt so bad.
It did, and I tell you this, there's probably like 3 episodes I probably would have kept. Three episodes of my show I probably would have kept. One was the incident when Bone snapped, and I almost got my ass banned from Now Live. The Big Dog actually heard the podcast and like, okay, you're not banned. Two was the in- Two was the interview with Big John. That was something else. That was something else. I actually interviewed Big John from the Rock of Love, and that was a good show. I had like a lot of people. That's the first time I had a lot of people, and he ended up being a co-host on another show on Now Live, and that was like weird. That's like I interviewed him, and then he becomes a co-host on another show. And I think the other one was Adrian coming into my show, and she actually chilled in my show. I was like, now that was worth it. Now that was worth it. And dude, it's like I said, chilling with y'all was the best part. With you, the Moreau brothers, Broken Post, Smoking Beaver, Jason Wild, even chilling with Esther. Esther used to be a trip with my ass.
Oh yes, yes, yes. I miss Esther. Uh, we got away from talking to each other because of now live breaking up, and there was a little bit hard feelings for her. So she just was avoiding now live stuff. So I mean, I wish well. I mean, gonna be starting back up at the first year. She's able to come back and do her shtick, and I'm looking forward to it now. We got back to talk with each other, so I'm definitely looking forward to that again. So
Yeah.
what? So going a little bit past now live. Did you do any other podcasting anywhere else?
Yes, after Now Live went down, I went to another site called Live Video,
Live video,
and
yes.
and a few people they used to be on Now Live was over there, and I ran over there, and they saw my name. Like one guy saw my name. He used to hate me on Now Live, and he saw my name on Live Video. Was famous one. He passed away a few years ago, and I'm hurt about it because he didn't like me at first on Now Live, and then he saw me on Live Video. And he says, "Hold on," he says, "I know that name." He says, "You're Afro Joe, the guy that was on Now Live." I said, "Yeah." The guy that does the Wookiee calls, right? I said, "Yeah." The one I said, "Yeah," and he apologized, and me and him became friends, and it was me, not Johnny Bravo, Stephen Bravo. It was me, Stephen Bravo, and a few other people. It weren't that many of us, but we was all over there, and I was there. That lasted 2 years. Even Jerk Off Radio was over there,
Oh wow,
and
gosh, you guys! I didn't even know. We yeah, we kind of fell out of what we were doing, and we weren't liking the way they were blocking us. You know how we are. I mean, we're still allowed to use the word "fuck" on this one. So, I mean,
yeah,
I don't, I don't mind it, but there's some stuff you can't even go near. Like you definitely can't offend anybody. Which I mean,
yeah.
I mean, we didn't really do that, but I mean, there was a lot
Yeah,
of other sites. They were like, "Nope, you can't say the F word no more. Nope, oh no, you can't say this." And it's
yeah.
like, well, fuck it, we don't want to do anything anymore. So
They
we just
pretty
gave it
much.
up, and we all went to
Yeah.
our own little ways. Um,
Mm.
we were around for a little bit longer. I got sick, so I wasn't able to do it. So Broken Pole basically took over, and he kind of lost interest, and he went on to do other things. So I mean, I got a little bit better now, so I'm back doing this stuff. So we're having some fun here. Um,
Yeah. I
how so? You said 2 more years. I mean, how long was that site around? Because I mean, it was. We looked into it, and
see.
it just we weren't sure it was going to go anywhere, and apparently we're
See.
right.
Yeah, yeah, because the site was doing good. When now I went down, now I went over to live video. The site was going great because there wasn't that much trouble. And like I said, I hung around with Famous One and Stephen Bravo and the guy named Killer Blins, and we hung out and we was cool. And then the whole some of the other people from now I came over, and that's when like I was there for a year and we was having fun. The site was doing good. Everybody was coming to it because what we did on there, they had the same kind of rules on Now Live, but they mainly didn't push a few of them on us. Like one was the no bare neckiness, but they didn't push it on us. So that's why that survived so damn long and for a year. And then after that, they pushed it. It's like, okay, we can't do this shit no more. Fuck it. And it kind of killed the mood a little bit. It did, but as the second year of me being on there, that's when trouble started. That's when trouble started to happen. And I was like, thank God not everybody come over here because every time we would be sitting there and mind our business, somebody would come over and start a fight with us, and then we had to defend ourselves by talking back to them. And every time we sat in the room, not bothering nobody, somebody would come in and pick a fight, and then we had to sit. Then when we say something, we had an admin jump on us for it. So pretty much it killed the mood on that site where we tried to be peaceful, but we couldn't because other people pick a fight and then we get in trouble for it. So the site was getting worse and worse to the point where we got threatened almost every day from a few of the people. We got threatened to have our computers hacked, our information leaked. Uh, they was bringing up people's kids' names, what school
Oh
they went to,
wow, wow.
and that's how bad the site was going. I said, man, this is worse than what we've been through. So we just like we said, screw it, we out. When we started leaving one by one, we left and never went back. And as we left, the site went down, and everybody saw uh, a post talking about people's information about to get leaked. We found out the problem. They fixed it, but the site went down. And I was glad that it did. Me and other people was glad it did. So we didn't do nothing after that. We didn't link up nowhere. But thanks to Famous One, he got us all to Tiny Chat. So we started hanging out there for a
Would you
bit
say
and hung
tiny
out.
chat?
Yeah,
Well, I don't
Tiny
even
Chat.
remember ever hearing that one.
Yeah, Tiny Chat was like I don't know if you ever been to Stickum. God, I hated that site too.
Yes,
That
I
site don't
would.
even work.
I did not like that site.
Thank God, because man, if it wasn't like I tell you this, being me, being who I was, I did not stick on like I do my show on Now Live, went to y'all show, but I hopped around a lot. I never sat still, and I've been to Blog TV, I've been to Stick Camp. Stick Camp I didn't like because that was an issue because they had a gentleman on there that was can't say this word, but we could say chomo, but that's all you could say. You can't say nothing else, but if you ever been in prison, I know somebody been in prison. They know what the word chomo means.
I got the idea.
Yeah, I didn't find out till a friend of mine. A friend of mine told me that she's still friend. Like I met her back in '07 too. We still friends to this day. And me and her, she's like a female version of Bones. And that's like she's a trip. And I left the site. So I left. So we was on Tiny Chat. Tiny Chat was like stick cam until we got up on cams and all this and that. We had fun talking, reminiscing. Either we reminisce about now live or live video. We just sat and talked. Then it got to a point where Tiny Chat wanted people to pay. I said, no way, it's getting to the point where these chat sites are not going nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
So I,
Once they do that, it's like, yeah, they're coming to their end.
yeah, they come to the end. And I sat there and said that was it. I quit broadcasting. I didn't broadcast. I quit broadcasting for 7 years. I kept doing YouTube. I kept doing YouTube videos, and I heard about Twitch, and I made a Twitch page, and I started coming over here doing it. I say, even though I'm not talking, I'm still broadcasting. I'm
Right,
still
right,
back
right.
in it, and I said, I'm surprised I ever got back into it. I would thought I was done with it, and got away right from it. No, but I'm back at it. I say, I don't care if I got 5 people or 2 people. I'm gonna do what I gotta do best. Broadcast. I post my broadcast my stuff on YouTube. I'm surprised I'm getting numbers on there. I'm getting numbers on YouTube, and I still reminisce. I go back and just thinking about all the times we had, and I sat here and listened to your show, talk about uh, y'all making me Rose sick with the video. Oh Lord, even I saw it. I could get that out of my mind. And it was when you talk about 2 girls in 1 cup. I was like, God, Miro's reaction was funny as fuck.
He had I swear it was like 30 times he would put it on during the show. It is like, oh my gosh, guy. I mean, why?
Even I saw it. I was like, God, this is nasty. But his shit was funny as fuck, man. I can't stop thinking about it. Like that's funny. The stuff y'all did was funny, and bringing up people like Jamal, Jason Wow, T Page. I miss her. I think what was it last year or year before that? I finally added her on Facebook, and it's been a long time. And she looks the same. Look like she ain't aged a bit. I said,
Yeah,
"Dang girl,
I've
what you?"
been looking at the Now Live the uh, page and getting some people back because they're going on their own and forgetting everything what we're doing. Is wait, no, come on, don't forget, have fun, get involved, do something, do something, have fun anymore. Everybody's been like so angry at each other. No, I'm done with
Yeah,
it. I don't want that no more. No more. I don't care what's going on. I want to have fun, and that's what I'm going to keep on doing. Me and Sexy Chalet, we constantly are playing games together. We've been playing Grand Theft Auto. We were playing World of Warcraft. I mean, I got bored with that, so that's when we went to Grand Theft Auto, and that's what we've been doing is just having fun with it. And I seeing the kids are always watching YouTube. I said, well, they're basically doing what I was doing 16 years ago. Why don't I
yeah,
start doing it again? So I've been just throwing
yeah.
on here, whatever happens, happens like we used to. I started now
And
live with talking about video games, so I'm gonna do it again, and whatever happens, happens, I guess. So that's where I'm at, and there ain't a whole lot. United States is like mediocre, and people want getting involved with this anymore. They more want to lurk. You know how the lurking was back then, still is that
yeah,
way
feel
because you
like
see the
hell.
because when you're broadcasting you see the numbers of who's lurking, but no, they don't want to chat anymore, they just want to watch. So that's
And I mean,
what's going on now, so you just basically put something on for them to watch and then listen to what you're doing. So I
yeah,
mean, until it changes, they got to do what they want to hear. So
Yeah,
did you
pretty
go
much.
any other
And
sites than that, or did you just
see,
went on and do something else?
after Now Live Video, I chilled on chilled on Blog TV, and I chilled like I used to chill on Blog TV while I was on Now Live and Steadicam. And then after that, I quit broadcasting. After that, and I went on Second Life. I sat
Second
on
Life.
Second
Oh
Life.
gosh, yes.
I sat over there for like 7 years and made tons of friends over there, and everybody had fun with me over there because they dig like I was like they nice to talk about Now Live and all like it's like you did broadcasting. It's like yeah, and I told them about it. It's like wow, we didn't know. I said yeah. I told them about the people who used to be on there, and it's like who used to be on there. I told them like Adrian Curry. You talking about the girl from America Next Time Out? I said yeah. Esther Esther Goldberg. It's like Esther Goldberg. I said, look at her. She's funny as fuck. I said, who else? And this one, I was like, I think I mentioned her name once. I didn't. I was like, because I didn't want to. It was Buddha. That was my homegirl in the back of Jerry Curl. I was glad to make her smile and laugh because the shit I did. And I try to keep in contact with her through social media, but she's always on the move. And I followed her on YouTube, and the funny story about her is I did not know who she was until Bones and Nino told me who she was. I was like, oh shit. And it made me nervous and I felt guilty so badly. And I told Bones, I said, I feel so guilty. He said, why you feel guilty? I said, the reason why I feel guilty because of my name. He's like, why? I said, because my name, I share my first name with her father. That's why I feel guilty about my name. And if people don't know, I ain't gonna put a business out in the street because after what she's been through and this and that, and I think what was it, a few years ago, there was I think what was it, 2020 or Dateline, they actually interviewed her and reminisced, and I said, man, that girl went through hell. But I try to keep in touch with her, but a lot of people it's kind of hard to get a hold of because some either passed on or people just don't want to look back. Like I do regret on some of the things I've done over the course. Like I wish I would have uh, told Mr. Voice that I was sorry. Me and him had a falling out. I wish I could go back and say, Mr. Voice, I'm sorry for what I said about you, man. You're a cool dude, but I ain't mean for what I said about you. Or I would PH Fang. I wish I could tell him, like, man, what's up, dude, and hear him say Wookie one more time. Because after Now Line went down and I quit talking to a lot of people. I found out he passed away. Cancer got the best of him. I knew he was sick, but and thanks to Mrs. Clean, uh, she took some pictures and showed me, and I and I asked her, say, when was this? She told me, and I was kind of cried because me and he was close, man. Me and he used to talk on my show, and I wish I could just say, bro, man, I shoot the breeze with you all like it. But there's people I wish I can talk to again. Some I wish I could say I'm sorry. And some's like, dude, I never meant to talk bad about you, anything. But they know I was in a spot where I shouldn't have been. I was talking crazy outside of my ass. So, but there's some people I'm glad I kept in touch with, especially you, Bad Dog. I'm glad I'm glad I kept in touch with your ass, man. Because one thing is, I couldn't throw y'all away because I didn't want to throw y'all away. I said y'all was cool people. I still keep in touch with Smoking Beaver. Got to, got to. I got to keep in touch with Smoking Beaver because she made me laugh,
Oh gosh,
especially when
she
Bum.
was definitely. She's a funny lady.
She is, she is, and I try to keep in touch with Xanros, but it's kind of
She's
hard. I wish I could
busy. She is kind, and
busy.
then she's got the youngin.
Yeah,
So she's
I
hardly
don't.
ever able to actually even do anything online.
Yeah, Pastor Rick, I wish I got to talk to him because you know what? When he did his show, I used to go on his show on Sundays. I said, even though I couldn't go to church, I always went to his shows on Sunday just to hear the word.
Yep, yep, yep.
And
He definitely was an awesome man.
yeah, and him and Teasy used to do a show. I don't even know what happened to Teasy. I ain't spoke to her in years. And
Oh, she was supposed to come on last week, but then something happened. I didn't want to, give it pry or anything, so I wasn't
yeah,
able to get her on here and get an update about her. So I'm hope I can get an update with her soon to see what's going on and
yeah.
what she's been up to.
And it's funny. I remember her show used to be title of her show is "If You Say So, Say So."
Yeah.
I mean, and it's funny, especially Zeros. Me, my booze, and I. And then she changed to something else. It's like
She had to because they wouldn't.
she had,
She couldn't be a marquee banner, and if she would have left
yeah,
fast.
yeah. I was surprised they let me get away with some of the shit I did. Like, dude, I got banned 3 times off of that line. Like, damn, I stayed in trouble.
Whoops.
I got banned 3 times, and Big Dog called me troublemaker. I was like, I ain't no damn troublemaker. It's like, you got banned 3 times. I was like, yeah, I'm a troublemaker. And, and it was funny, man. It was funny. The stuff I did, man, was fun. I got, and I remember, what was it? I don't know about Nikki. Nikki, I haven't talked to her in years. I don't know what's up with her. Because, like I said, it's harder to keep track of everybody. And Haristamir, I don't know. Uh, Ralphie and Benny, I don't know. They disappeared after they got some stuff on YouTube. So pretty
Oh,
much,
but yeah, they actually. I can't think of him, but they actually got some movies done too. And
really,
yeah, the Pine Brothers. I don't know what they've been doing lately. I haven't really seen anything.
yeah.
So
Ever
that's why
since,
I'm not sure what they did. I guess I could look it up someday and find out what they're doing now. But they definitely
yeah,
got into some movies and that. But I don't know what happened after that.
yeah, because like Blue Kentucky Girl, they tried to get the rights to the reaction videos, but it flopped. Dude,
Yeah.
you should have. To be honest, they should have patented first before they.
Yes. Yes.
And they was funny in their own way. The stuff they did, I thought was amazing because they did like what Robot Chicken did, but they did it in a way that it was funny. Er, and I thought the stuff they did, then moved on from that to reactions. Like, dude, y'all was already funny. It's like, damn. And then Galactic Nar, Ryan the Mighty. I tried to. I think I talked to Ryan the Mighty once, and I think was it Galactic? No, was it Galactic? I forgot which one, but one of them ended up in a guest house with the Tommy Lee Jones. He played the pizza delivery guy. Blue Kentucky Girl called that out. It's like, you bull spitting. She said, no, look, and it was him. It was the pizza delivery guy. And Blue Kentucky Girl was something else. She used to come on shows a lot. And same with Crazy Ange.
That and their
Crazy,
sweet Kentucky voice. She was on here last, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago? I'm not sure, but
yeah,
coming on here, I know she's got that Kentucky voice. Oh
voice.
y'all was so sweet.
Yeah, and it's funny. Me and her came cool because she found out where I'm from, and she's like, Afro, where are you from? And she country, more country than I am. I said, I'm from Tennessee. It's like, you don't sound like it. I was like, yeah, I'm from there. It's like, you don't sound country. You don't sound like you're from Tennessee. I said, yeah, I'm from there. I just don't have that heavy accent. And me and her came cool. And then there was one girl that used to come to my show, call in every night, almost every night. Her name was Kiki, and she used to work at a bar. And I don't know how in the world she knew I was on. She used to call in right when I started my show, and I ain't seen her since Now Live went down. She just disappeared. And she called in, cracked up, and shot off somewhere. And then Crazy Ange would come in. I'm still remember she came in one night and she called in my show. It was me and Bones and Sid sitting off in the room talking. I forgot what the conversation about. And she calls in. She's like, Crazy Ange, you on the show with Afro and Bone? She's like, I just want to say, you got the most deep, sexiest voice I ever heard.
Yes.
I like, thank you. It's what like
Yeah,
she
yeah,
ignored
yeah.
bones,
Oh
like
yeah, I
fuck
know
you
I
to
do.
bones.
Yeah, baby, I know you
Yeah, yeah.
do.
She's like, Afro, I just, when she'd tell me all the time, she's like, Afro, you need to cut an album, you reading the phone book. It's like, really? She's like, you sound like Morgan Freeman. I said, really? I sound like Morgan Freeman? Like half the time I had to sit there and remember lines from Bruce Almighty. Now look, Bruce, I'm gonna give you all my powers. But there's three things. I was like, shit. And what made it even worse, I told a story about an incident that happened where this woman came was in my show and I was like, yeah, I asked the person, you ever seen the movie Private Parts with Howard Stern? He's like, yeah. So you remember the scene where the woman sat on the woofer and he said turn the bass up and she sat on it and did the noise and she just got off. So yeah, I said that actually happened to me. It's like you're kidding. I said no, that actually did happen live on my show. I was like, really? I said yeah. Except me doing that, I had to do the Wookiee call and she got off. I said I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. My face was like wow. And it's like, damn. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing it again. I think I need to quit talking as much because I'm getting in trouble with these females. They husbands want to beat me up. Like I did have a husband call me and say, my wife loves your show too much. I wonder why. Yeah, it actually did happen. The husband did call. Now I see why my wife calls your show or listens to your show. Your voice is deep as hell. I was like,
I
I
know
can't
it's
help it,
not
man.
that I wouldn't say anything to her.
And man, and it was just straight funny. The stuff that went on was just straight funny, and it was worth it though. Everything was worth it. Meeting the people, meeting everybody that was on that live, uh, helping people that was in need, and it was just the fun part.
It was definitely fun, and I'm pushing as hard as I can. I mean, I'm getting a lot of response overseas because I'm sending the
See,
video to every site, and I'm getting tons over in Japan, which I'm not sure why, but okay, maybe I got a sexy voice over there.
yeah, so horny, me so horny, dude, dude. I'm
I don't
getting
know.
like,
I don't know what's going on, but okay, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, I
yeah,
definitely do a lot of gaming, so maybe that's what they want to see is gaming
yeah,
stuff. So I'll just keep doing different things.
yeah. And I tell you this, it's worth it. Like doing this, like I tell you, doing this helped me out a lot because I thought I would give up on it. I thought I'd give up on it. Like I've done, like I said, after Now Live and live video and all that, I quit and I was like, man, I ain't going nowhere with broadcasting. And uh, I started doing YouTube videos and I did my homework. And some of the people sit there and listen. It's like, man, I'm doing better doing this. I said, man, where was y'all at when I was talking about this on my show? And I've reached a lot of people, man, from across the or across the sea, and they was digging it. I did a lot of videos where I've talked about a lot of things, but and like I said, man, I would to if I had one more chance to start over, I would start over back on my live just to go back on that site and chill with everybody. I missed it and seeing the people that used to do the shows in the studio, Adrian Curry, Samaya Reeves, Esther Goldberg, Buddha, I didn't like Forbidden as much. Same with Crystalina. I didn't like them two worth the damn. Because they wasn't bringing nothing to the table pretty much. Like, I was, like they really wasn't. But it was worth going. It was kind of okay to go off in there. And it was more fun to watch the Roll Brothers going out to the studio and doing the show. And Joe Flyman, I tell you this, I did not know this about Joe Flyman. Uh, he was out now, like he's the our horror host on Now Live.
Yes, yes, yes.
and me and him talked too, because I love horror. Me and him used to talk back then about uh horror movies. I said I like this movie. That. There's a guy that's down here in Tennessee named Larry Underwood, but he plays a TV host. He's a host of a TV show called Chiller Cinema, and he goes by his character's name is Dr. Gangrene, and Joe Flyman knows him. I was like, oh my god, he knows this guy, and I've actually talked to the guy, and he's cool. And if anybody could sit there and ask me, it's like, man, I'm looking for a good horror movie to watch. What you're suggesting? I said, I don't know as much, but I know a guy that does. His name is Joe Flyman. Go see him. He knows all the horror movies and thriller movies more than I do. I can tell you about Chucky, Freddy, Jason, and Michael Myers, but he can tell you about the best ones that are worth watching. Go talk to him. And I used to do that. I used to tell him go to his show. He knows more than I do.
Well, if I remember correctly, I know he might have did that, but I think he was actually was making the horror costumes too. Correct? Am I right?
Yeah, right, right. And I'm trying to remember. He's like somebody, like I think somebody told me he used to work on movies too.
Right,
I
right,
think somebody
yeah,
that he used to work on movies. That's how people knew him. I was like, this man is worth keeping around. He's a legend to in the horror era, man. Like, dude. And I wish he was on here, like, cause I wish he was on here, cause dude, if he would sit there and do YouTube videos about horror movies and rate them, he everybody would know him. It's just like you being on here now. I was like, I'm glad you came on here to do this, and because I felt like my family, my now live family, I don't know what they're doing, but I'm glad to see you're doing it too. So I won't be the only one. I was like, because I felt like I was the only person doing YouTube videos. I've done it for years, and I said, what it would be like to see Baddog and the Roll Brothers sitting up on there being themselves again, silly as hell, being goofy as can be. I said, but I know they one man short, but hey, his memory's still alive with us. But it's worth it. It's worth it. And
yeah.
I know,
I, I, I reached out. I have not gotten no responses or anything, so I don't even know if they're even looking at Facebook anymore. I know they are definitely been busy, and there's been things going on in their lives. So I can't hold back for people. I mean, I got to do what I want to do here, and I'll go with the flow, and whatever happens, happens. Just like it did on Now Live. Things
yeah,
changed. We got like Nikki. I mean, she just wanted to go do her own thing. She didn't want to be involved no more, and well, I got to change.
and
You're doing things right here on Twitch. Anywhere else you doing? Got anything going on?
I was on. Well, there's another site like Twitch, but you can't say their name on Twitch because if you do, you get kicked off of Twitch.
Wow, did they
It's,
really? I didn't know that.
yeah, yeah. Uh, what happened? See, this is why. You see what happened? Is there's another site just like Twitch that was made, and I found out the reason why it was made is because of what Twitch has been doing. So over here, this is why if you hungry, like this is why I say don't get me being over here long as I have. They always been told don't be partners with them, be affiliates.
Right,
And
right.
I'll just be affiliates. You get to keep your tips and all like that. I said why? I said they take all your tips and you get like a certain amount and say. So somebody went and made another site and they made the other site's just like Twitch, but you get to keep all your tips. They get like a certain small percentage, and you keep the rest of it. They're not going to take it all. And so people started going over there and stream. I stream over there too, but it's hard to get out there. And And plus, there's another lady that used to be on Now Live. I keep in touch with Miss Rebecca Love.
Rebecca Love.
She
Sounds familiar, but I can't place the person.
she used to be she does corn. Can't say the p word, but I can say corn.
I'm lost. I don't know what that is. Well, I know what corn is, but I don't know what any reference to her.
She used to be on damn
It
she
was
used to be
on.
a host on.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was just saying. It was if USA was on TV. I haven't watched TV since Now Live. I don't even have stations anymore. It's all I'm doing. I've been doing all online stuff or Netflix or something. So I really don't want really watch anything from TV.
Same here, and uh she it's kind of hard. She does corn. She's been in some. I think she did Cloverfield. I think she did that. I think Cloverfield. I tried like it's hard to keep up with everybody what they did, and it's like, but she's she used to do like I said, she used to do shows on Now Live, and then all the time I used to run into her on different sites, and till I finally came over here, and she was over here, and just chill with her, and I was telling a friend, a coworker of mine at work. I said it's awfully funny for her. I was like, well, I was like, there's a lady that does this, but she stays close sitting on this site. But all these other girls walking around half naked, getting tips. I said, ain't that some bullshit?
We got a
I
new
said, hey,
chatter on here. Used to be Team FB3 from Now Live. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
yeah, 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 yay. What's up? I told y'all. See, I'm
We're
getting a
on the
lot of help.
phone with Afro Joe from Now
And it's still funny. People still can't do it, but it's
Live.
oh
I can get
man.
close when I'm gargling.
Yes. What's up, Buttercup? FB3. I ain't see that name since. But how you do? How Team FB3 doing? Like, don't get quiet.
There's a little bit of delay between the chat and the actual broadcast, so it might take a second.
But just to respond, like, but like I said, I try to keep moving on, but um, Rock Diva. Who's Rock Diva?
that's that's FB3.
Oh, oh shit. I'm slow. My mind. I think my mind fucked up. This is
That's
what
why I
happens when you
kept the
do drugs.
name. I go. I mean, if I'm gonna do Now Live, I'm supposed to just keep it with Doghouse with Baddog because I was gonna go with Dog, and I was trying doing everything else, and
I'm
apparently
sorry.
having some severe health issues. Well, yes, welcome to the club because that's why I've been away from it. Um, so yes, I'm finally able
Yeah,
to start broadcasting again. So that's what I'm doing nowadays.
yeah, and
So yeah, let me. Are you in the same issues of a lot of people that I've been hearing and have been having some health issues?
oh me?
Yeah.
No, no,
No, not really. Oh
no.
well, that's good to hear because oh, believe me, it's been hectic for a lot of people. I mean, Zane Rose is having some issues, and Smoke a Beaver was having some issues. Uh,
Yeah, and
got
uh,
engaged too and rescued a dog. Yes, my favorite person now. They rescued a dog.
Man, I love hearing that when they rescue animals, man. Yeah, yeah. So I like only thing I have is gout and fucking what is it? Uh, what's it called? Skin condition. Shit, I can't remember. Not cerebral palsy, psoriasis. There you go,
Psoriasis.
psoriasis. That's what it
Okay.
is.
Yeah. Yes.
Psoriasis. It's a bitch. It's a bitch. I tell you that. It's a bitch.
That's it. Oh, I bet. I think my son kind of has that stuff. So yeah, he has constantly he get treat that.
Yeah, and it's a bitch. I gotta take a shot every 12 weeks. It's a pain in my ass, and
Oh wow.
yeah, cause I got I didn't know I didn't one I didn't know I had that. I did not know I had psoriasis because a few years ago I started noticing I started having open wounds on my arm and it would be hurting and then it'd be like I don't know why. And then my skin would be itching and I couldn't figure out what it was, and then it just straight up issues. So so I went to a dermatologist, and he said I have psoriasis.
Well, at least you got being able to treat it because well, that could have got severe.
Yeah, it could have, cause it was hurting like it was hurting. Like I couldn't go out in the cold because my skin would break out and I would
Oh God,
itch.
yeah, I bet, I bet. So,
Yeah,
did you have
and
a favorite show that you did, not live or wherever else? Did you have a favorite show that happened to that you want to share?
a favorite show that I did.
Yeah, something that really stood out and that you really like. Oh God, I'm glad I did it.
Maybe it'd be the first one, Afro Joe Ladies Pet the Wookie. That would be my favorite show and dear to my heart because it stood out. Because everybody can find that show right there. Because when they called in, and all you hear from the automated call is Afro Joe Ladies Pet the Wookie. That was my favorite. That was my favorite show because that's all you heard was that, and it was worth it because it stood out from everybody else. Like everybody else was either hillbilly, which that stood out too. Hillbilly Heaven. I thought Hillbilly Heaven, the Bad Dog Show. If you say so, say so. Electric Zen Rose, and all like that, and that stood out to me because how many shows would have a Wookiee in the title of the name? And it threw people off. It's like Wookiee, and I had to go. I was like, yeah, there you go. And most
Well,
of the
you
people
had your
come,
niche, and yeah, and it
yeah,
worked because everybody was
it
talking
worked,
about it.
yeah, and I had fun and it was worth it. Like I said, it was worth doing it, and I got a and there was one guy. There's one guy that was so tripping me out. I didn't know how much hell he went through until I sat down and talked to him. That was Sluggo. If you don't remember
Sluggo,
who
yes,
Sluggo
he
is,
definitely had a hard time. Yep.
and I felt bad for him because I remember what was it? I was in like I think what was it? Sin show or Trade City show.
Yeah, Tree
Some
City.
woman, some woman comes in, calls in. I'm looking for Slugo. Slugo. I said, "What the fuck, Slugo? Slugo. Who the fuck Slugo?" I'm looking like, "Who the fuck Slugo?" I was like,
You guys hear from Billy Mike anymore? Uh, I have not heard from him.
"Who's
Not
Philly
even
Mike?
since now live even.
Who's Philly Mike?"
Uh, he was one. He was another one of the people from Now Live. I mean, I don't even know if he did actually talk to me much.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if I mean, uh, that's no, but
What show did he do? I'm trying to. I know that I've heard the name, but I cannot place it.
same here. I'm kind of lost on that.
Apparently, he blocked me too, cause I don't know nothing.
I don't even know. I don't
Yeah,
even know what show he did. That was,
yeah, that got me like stumped. I mean, I've heard the name, but yeah, I'm at a loss. Sorry.
I mean, I lost my. I got stumped. I was like, Mikey
Yeah,
the
it's
Beer
like
Man.
I had a lot of people from Now Live as friends on Facebook, and then all of a sudden, I started going back, and it's like, okay, I don't have this one anymore, this one, and this one, and this one, and I was down to barely any now. Except for you, I
Yeah.
got you, and I always had Zan because she was actually family at one time till Scott passed away. Her brother
Oh, I'm
Scott
sorry.
married to Amanda, but
I'm
he
sorry about
passed away
that.
from heart failure.
I'm sorry. Um,
And then
but
then Broken Pole, he passed away. Actually, passed away before him, about 2 years before.
you know, that broke my heart when he passed, man. He
Oh,
was like,
believe me, it was
it,
Amanda
it,
and man, Scott could talk like so deep, like Darth Vader.
yeah, and like the people we had, man. Like I said, man, we lost so many people, and like over the years I've been on Now Live and Live via We Live, like I've seen people that I came cool with pass away, and there was two people on, like I think it was two, like famous one, like y'all might not knew remember who famous one was because he always hung out in Beer and Cheerios room, and he always hung out in there, and like people barely go on his show because he was always talking smack to everybody and caused issues and stuff. So even though he did that, he was somewhere kind of cool in a way where he when he wasn't talking smack when he was drunk, uh, but famous when he passed away, which I forgot how long ago. He think I don't forget. It's been years, and I was hurt. I said, look, I lost a lot of people that I knew from Now Live and live video. I said, man, for a person that I knew from both sides to pass away, that even was more worse. And to see more people pass away, and how do you bounce back from that? And I had to bounce back, and then can't you remember, and then recently we lost not recently, but we lost Matt. We lost Matt
Oh yeah,
from
Florida. Oh, what's it? Oh
yeah
God, I can't think of their name.
Donnie.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, and that was sad. And
I
like he was
actually on
cool.
one of our old videos that we had, I was looking through them, and he was actually on cam, and he was part of one of the videos we did.
Yeah, and I was sad that he was kind hearted.
He was definitely really nice.
Yeah, and there was a guy I knew. His name was Colt, and I don't know if he was on Now Live or Live Via, but his name was Colt. He passed away 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. No, hold on.
Sometimes I get so confused because I'm starting to know some people. Pepsi Girl passed away too.
What?
Yeah. Oh God.
You kidding me? Pepsi girl passed. That's sad. I
Well, it
could
was
have.
20 years ago. I mean, I'm an old fuck now. Well, I was an old fuck then, but now I'm a really old fuck.
And then my mama Wookie passed away. Like some people knew who she was. She passed away. Even though she wasn't on broadcasting like I was, but people knew her.
You did mention it quite a bit of times.
Yeah. Oh my bad.
39 on Wednesday.
Dang, you making me feel old. She make me feel old as
I was older than that when I did not lie.
Yeah, you know the fun. Like it's funny when I did not live. I was in my 20s. I think I was like 21 or 22 years old when I did not live, and it's something else. Like and yeah, she was a hoot. She was a hoot. After she passed, well, before she passed, she got to meet her other granddaughter, but she never got to meet her great granddaughter, which is something else.
Oh,
Yeah, I got a great niece and a great nephew. So, that's too many kids to keep up with. That's like shit. But
yeah. My mom passed away quite a long time ago, but so my dad was alone. He did get to meet all my kids because he came down here when my last one, Andrew, was born, and he got to
um,
see him. And then a couple weeks after that, that's when he passed away. So I mean, now they all have kids, so you never got to see that. But at least he was able to see all of his grandkids from me anyway.
and man,
And
like it,
we're getting on the sad part.
uh,
Okay, all right. So this ain't our
I,
style. So all right, so
yeah,
we got you caught up now. So we got they're seeing everything you've done. I mean, what's some future plans? What do you think you're gonna do for the future?
for the future, for the future, y'all want see more of me. I'm gonna continue to do this. I'm gonna continue to get out there and do what I do best. It's bring smiles to everybody's faces, to always be there when people need me, and always be Afro Joe the Wookie. When y'all see the Wookie on your screen, you know I'm here for y'all. And I'm always telling people, I do this for the people. When you need something, the Wookie's always gonna be here no
It
matter
is.
what. You
That's
can
what
have
it
a
is. I mean, to see that people happy with what you're doing. I mean, that just fills the heart. I know it does because
yeah,
I feel it every time. So
yeah.
yes, I know what you're doing talking there, Joe.
Yeah. And I tell you this, the first comment I got when I did a YouTube video, I remember like it was yesterday. He said this guy, because I did a story about some site, and he's like, "Thank you for doing this." He says, "Thank you for doing this. I do appreciate you for what you did and my family. I'm glad you." And he subscribed. And I have people loving my shit. Some people say I'm silly, I'm out my damn mind, but hey, as long as it keeps you happy and keeps you moving on and always pays it forward, I'm always gonna be here. I'm always gonna be here.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing that I've been really wanting, and I can't wait till it happens again because people seem to be polite nowadays. It's not my style. We still do the same stuff, so I'm waiting for one thing come on when I start people start coming on to the chat and say fuck all y'all or fuck you bad dog because then I know they are part of my family and that's what I'm waiting for that to start happening again. I gotta have that. That you can do it here, and that's why I'm here right now because I want to start hearing, seeing somebody start saying "fuck all y'all" or "fuck you, bad dog." I, I started it back then, and I loved it, and I thought it was hilarious because I knew they knew what the show was all about.
Fuck you, bad dog.
Hey, there it was. I love when you got that in. Fuck you too, Joe. And that's part of the persona is treat everything like a dog. If you can't eat it
Mm.
or fuck it, piss on it and walk away. And that's what I mean when I see that. I mean that means they're showing their love. Fuck you all. Fuck all y'all.
Like Biggie said, fuck all you hoes.
Well, he might mean that for a different reason, but but
Yeah,
yes,
but
I
that
mean
was
that's
good.
what it is. Treat it like a dog. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna
Yeah,
eat or fuck it, and that's what I'm not gonna eat people. So,
yeah. I piss on that egg and go about my business, but shit, I'm gone.
Ugh. Well, I'm gonna have to call it a day today. I have so much to do. It's Monday, and it's been great talking with you.
It's been great talking to you too and catching up with you and reminiscing about things that happened back in the day.
Oh God, it's been
It,
awesome as hell. So
it has.
yes, we have been talking with Joe. This is the old times where we got someone coming in on the show, and like it always has always been, treat it like a dog. If you can't eat it or fuck it, piss on it and walk away. Bad dog out.